YouTube, this is Jazz bringing you a brand new Let's Play. Bonus Wright, Ace Attorney. Now this game was made by Capcom from 2001 to 2005. Actually, this is more like let's blindly play Bonus Wright, Ace Attorney. Now folks, before we begin this Let's Play, if you have come to have an actual walkthrough that is accurate and someone who really knows what they're doing all the time, as much as I like the views, I'm not your girl. That's just a heads up. But I have been watching some videos by a guy named Resorker1, and he has a full list of the walkthroughs, no talking on it. It shows you exactly what to do, though. But if you're here for entertainment and person messing up 100%, okay, maybe I won't. I'll try not to mess up that much, but I'm your girl. So, with that said, if you're not against all the mistakes, then let's keep on going. Chapter 1 is the first turnabout. Wow, is that a statue? Does it have blood on it? Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Last time I tried recording this, it was way too fast. That it skipped all the way through that scene, like boom, boom, boom. Like what? Boy, am I nervous. What? Oh, hey, Chief. Whew. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Bonus, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm going to do it. I'm going to die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey. There, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you? Interesting characters, aren't they? My name is Bonus Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butz. Butz. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Really? You know what? So I'm not the only one who thinks that a pun should be made of his last name. Well, good job, game. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I could say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he is a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. Well, here's going to be the fun part. In court. Well, this case I'm not too bad with, folks. I've played through it recently, so I know this case. But the further chapters, the further episodes are going to be far harder to do. So I'm just going to have to relax now while I can. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butz. Okay, this is going to be awful to say. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge for your client's sake. I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant of the case. Well, okay guys, I can explain a little bit to you before we go on. Right up above there is the court record. So you can use the court record to find items in there, and those items can help you during the case. Like for example, this is the autopsy. Her name is Sydney, and the time of her death was July 31st between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. The cause of death was loss of blood due to blood trauma. So, this is her. Okay. Alright, let's go back. Alright. Oh, right. Okay, the defendant is Larry Butz. Oh boy, no, go away, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phonics, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. Oh, the victim, of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot, temporarily. I think you may feel mind read coming on. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court records. I already went there. But anyway, the court records is that her name is Sydney. So, just touch court records, and I know the name now. Would you check it off? Just do it for me, please. Okay, I'm begging you. Your answer. Who is the victim in the case? Sydney Stone. The victim's name is Sydney Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what's the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Now guys, this is important. This is the weapon that was used against Sydney Stone when she was murdered, as seen in the cutscene. Little trivia, this case is one of the few that show the actual murderer. And that shows almost what had exactly happened. But the thing is, they don't know that, so we have to prove it to them that the guy in the cutscene was who did it. Right? sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Touch the court record button to check out frequently. We'll do that now for the thinker. It's heavy. Now guys, I can tell you a lot about this trial, this case. Right here, this is really a clock, but from the look of it, no one can tell unless they're up close to it. It looks like a regular statue, so remember this for future references. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butz, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client in the case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butz, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? Kind of ironic, Butz. I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What is it to you, anyway? Mr. Butz, what you describe generally is what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them, the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies, I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport, according to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Now there's another piece of important evidence. This will be used way later in this case. In this case, not in this Let's Play. You'll see it by the end of the video. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. You know, before we go on, we'll look at it now. Some things to note. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on the 30th, the day before her murder. One thing to remember about traveling is that there's hours difference for people who don't know. So listen to that, it'll be coming to be important later. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude, we can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butz, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... Stop. No, don't. Has no idea what the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean, irrelevant? That cheated she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Answer honestly, Butz. I know. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order? Well, Mr. Butz. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butz is lying. Well, that simplifies the matter. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Ooh, not good. Not good for you, Butz. Order, in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Sawit? The guilty party. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct? Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes. Is that a way to talk? Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Now guys, this is what they call a testimony. They'll go through many of these in the game, all the game. So what you do is, you listen to the testimony, and once it's over, you do what they call a cross-examination. And you can choose to select items to counteract his words, right? I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed and frightened and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 o'clock. Now, guys, this is the contradiction. You have to... I can't do anything now because that's his testimony, but there would be a spot to object. The man who found it out was the defendant sitting right over there. Now it's time to cross-examine. Okay, like that. It's late. So, apartment. Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't your phones supposed to be... Now, also, we gotta remember there was a blackout in the building. Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function properly. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Now, this is something we can use. Alright, now, before we go, we're going to look at this. This will be important later. The electricity in Miss Stone's building was out from noon, which is 12, or 1, whatever you choose, to 6 p.m. after her murder. So it was out, like, it was out during her murder. Mr. Wright, yes, yes, Your Honor. Begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? Your Honor? Alright, Wright, this is it, the real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies. That's what I was trying to explain to you guys. Expose the lies in their testimony. Lies, what? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then the witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It is in the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence at hand. There's a bound to be a contradiction. That's what contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Touch the court record button and point out the contradictions in the testimony. Here we are. Cross-examination number 1. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man flee the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open, but that's fine. Thinking it straight, I looked inside the apartment. Okay, he looked inside the apartment. He didn't go in, he looked inside the apartment, folks. Then I saw her lying there, only not moving, dead. I quailed and frightened, found myself unable to go inside. See, he wasn't able to go inside, so he had mentioned that, folks. That's what he says this time. He was not able to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. 1 o'clock now. Now. Okay. This is the autopsy report. She was dead between 4 and 5. And it says he said it was 1 o'clock. So let's present.
Objection!
You found the body at 1 p.m.? Are you you're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always get more lies. See through one there and the whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Here's his re-testimony. The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Contradiction already. Oh, but it wasn't 3 hours off. But I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape. Unlike last one where it was near the end that found the contradiction, this one is almost all the way contradiction. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about that misunderstanding. Yeah, you know what? This is a little harder to believe. Oh wait, I see you hurt. Okay, Judge, you just see the power outage? How is he so stupid? Mr. Wright, you may cross-examination the witness. This is going to take even less time, right? You know what to do. I've got this one. Yes we do. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying it was probably coming from the television. Yeah. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. Yep. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Vince has a point. You just remember that now, Judgy? Wait, what's his name? I'm really gonna have to learn his name. Oh, Judge. His name is literally Judge. You have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Yeah. You're the killer. Wait, I remember now. Oh, goody. Mr. Sawit. The court would prefer to hear an active testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are hurting your credibility. And you seem rather distraught. Yeah, good to know I'm not the only one who sees that. He's sweating and he's moving and whatever. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock to find the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Here in the time. Okay. Let's go again. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Now, I'll point out what the contradiction was. It's a little harder to read, unlike the last. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Actually, I didn't hear that. I saw it. There was a table clock in the room. Now the next one, yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it kill the victim. Now, what he said is that the table clock he saw was what was used to kill the victim, which was not true. Because to without close inspection, no one would know that this statue is a clock. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What, you, with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That is a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. I would say, uh-oh, but it wouldn't be obvious to the naked eye unless it was in their hand. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submit it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was the table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems? Yes, I do. Your Honor, there is a gap in all of the victim's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock was to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I could prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Ooh, there's the jury. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. The voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would you care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look. The clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Oh. Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her. And he should burn, give him to death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you should play heard from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is running on this. I better think. Yes, Your Honor. It's definitely the clock. Simply. That's right. You try sound and get to everyone in the court. I think it is. Ooh. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What's your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is? It is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha. You forgot one thing. What is he talking about? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I supposed to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, I see that you have a lack of crucial evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, the ends of cross-examination, Mr. Sawit. I came all the way down here to testify. Look what happens. They treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Brr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. You'll get saved here. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try to get out of the box. Don't waste time doubting about the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow in. Think it through. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have proof. Right. Right? Can you think of it? Yes! I can, yes! Wait, maybe I can prove it. Evidence somewhere I can prove it, and we have the evidence in the records. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. 2 words. Let's see to pull this one off for you. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. The passport is our evidence, folks. Remember I talked about time difference? Well, this is it. This is the evidence we can present. The victim just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day. There. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit, or should I say Mr. Did It? Mr. Did It, Mr. Saw It, Mr. Wait, Saw It? Did it? Oh, come on. Oh, wow. Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your client, he was arrested and been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. Find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butz, not guilty. And with that, the court is adjourned. This is our first chapter, but we're not quite finished yet. It turns out that Frank Sawit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Ooh, I still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Now, Pratt should tell you, don't get too used to Mia. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've been a trial and on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait. No. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Sydney Whitney's con man gone forever. Larry, she was a... never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Oh, yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butz innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Oh, dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry? Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with these, okay? Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right. Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Yeah, what evidence we gotta show is the statue. She kept the statue he had given her. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? Wait, where'd you get that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, think of it as you will. Hey, Nick, I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really? I am, thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People do. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in, never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent Butz. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part wife was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime, baby, over drinks. And so my first trial comes to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me unless you count the Poppy and Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I would be able to keep. This is the end of this chapter, folks. Alright guys, in the next episode we'll be going to our next thing. Turnabout Sisters. I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Blindly Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.